Another check I use on occasions to analyze my swing is what I call the follow-through check. You want to ensure your arms are rotated forward after you impact, like that. And when the club is at parallel, I want to make sure my bottom palm is pointed up. I want to make sure that my top palm is pointed down. That's when the club reaches parallel, okay? Did my weight shift properly from back to front, back to front, back to front. With that weight shift, that also gives you more power. From back to front, getting your body into the shot. And that should start happening when you initiate that pull with your left side on the downswing. Almost 100% of your weight shifts back from right to left. Your hands bring club straight up on that follow through. And your navel is pointed to the target. Wherever you aim, wherever you were trying to go to. Okay, whether it's the green, the flag, to the right, or to the left for a layup. That's where your navel should be pointing when you reach your full, follow through. Now you may ask, why is that important to do? Check your follow through. You've already hit the ball, so whatever hit you imparted on that ball, that's where it's going. But what the follow through check can help you do, it can help you to analyze not only your follow through, but your backswing and your downswing. Because your follow through is kind of a mirror image of your backswing, downswing. And it can help you determine what faults you may have had. For example, if you come too far out, come in this way, you're going to have a different ending, a different follow through. Is my hand, right hand on top, or is it on the side? Is my left hand on the bottom, or is it on the side? In that particular swing, you see, it kind of more or less parallel, okay? Same token, if you come too far inside and go this way, what happened? My left palm is pointing down, my right palm is pointing up, okay? Shouldn't be that way. A good swing, my left palm should be pointing up, my right palm should be pointing down. So employ those checks sometime to see what kind of swing you had on your backswing, downswing. It'll show up on your follow through. So that's why that's important. And once you get a good sound swing in your game, you want to take a look at some other aspects. Your short game in particular. A lot of people feel that, oh, you have the same swing on your short game as you do in your long game. It's not true. And what they try to do, though, is to get that same swing way back, come down, and just before they hit the ball, start trying to slow up, so they won't hit it so far. That's the wrong approach to take. This is what you need to do on the short game. You want to control your distance with your backswing. Not a full backswing, 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. You don't want to start slowing up just before you contact the ball, because really your greatest speed on a golf swing should be right at impact, okay? So control your distance on the short game with your backswing. 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. Okay? Very important that you do that. The other thing in your short game, you need more precision. You need to hit it straighter. And one of the things that helps you do that is to ensure your hands stay in front of the club head. And that helps you to have good down and through contact. Get that ball spinning from left to right, over and over, to get up in the air and land softly. A third item I try to employ in my short game is to ensure my rear elbow on the downswing stays close, to my rear side. Keep it close to your rear side, not only on the downswing, but also on the backswing. And that helps give you more precision in contacting that ball on the spot of the club head where you would like to do it. Okay? Look at that right elbow. Stays close to that right side. Those are 3 tips. If you practice in your game, you'll find that your short game will improve. The next aspect is sand play. So many beginners, as well as some of the more advanced players, are definitely afraid to go into the bunker. They say it's too difficult to hit it out of that sand. Well, it's not if you employ a few simple rules and execute the way you know you can execute. I start with selecting the sand wedge. This is one that I use with the wide flange. You see that wide flange in the bottom? That's very important, and I'll tell you why. What you want to do in a sand shot is first select a good wide flange sand wedge, and you want to open the face like this. This is open, this will be closed. You never want to close it on a sand bunker shot. But if you have a good wide flange at the bottom, you open that club face, and you hit about approximately 2 inches behind that ball. And what that wide flange does for you is when it hits the sand, it bounces. It doesn't dig in like if you had a flange that was not so wide. It has a tendency to dig into the sand more, and you hit a bad shot. But when you hit 2 inches behind with an open club face, man, it bounces along, and the sand is what kicks your ball up on the green. So you want to practice that. Remember, wide flange, open the club face, hit about 2 inches behind. Be a piece of cake. You'll become a very good sand player. Okay? One final note on the sand play, let me stress, is that, as I said, you have an open club face. So what is that going to do? It's going to give you a tendency to hit it off to the right. Okay? So what do you have to do to compensate for that? You line up more to the left of the pin, as if you're going to hit it to the left. That open club face is going to give you a little right aim, a right shot, so it's going to go a little to the right, so therefore line up left. Now for the lefties, you want to play to the right of the pin. You open club face, it's going to go to the left, so you have to compensate for that. So remember those tips. The last item I'd like to talk about on the mechanics of golf is putting. One of the things I do is to go behind the ball, look at the hole, line up that ball with the bottom part of the shaft. Let me get my putter to explain this a little better. Do the plumb bob. You can tell you line up the bottom part of the shaft with the ball and look at the hole. If the hole is to the left of your shaft at the top, it's going to break to the left. If the hole is to the right side of the shaft, it's going to break to the right. So you have to compensate for that. One thing about hitting those putts that are not exactly straight, a lot of people get confused. They think they have to hit a curve. You know, my wife, Grandma, is when she really got interested in golf, especially after Tiger Woods started winning so many tournaments. But she always commented, why does he have to be cute and try to curve the ball to the right, or curve the ball to the left? She didn't understand the break in the green, so I had to explain that to her. But one thing you need to know is that all putts are straight. All putts are straight. You hit every putt straight. What you have to do is once you determine it's going to go break to the right or to the left, if it's going to break to the left, you aim, set up your line so many inches maybe to the right of the hole, because you know it's going to break left. But what are you doing? You're hitting that ball straight to that point that you know where you know it's going to start breaking. Gravity is going to take over and pull it to the left. So hit it straight to that spot. Let gravity take its responsibility and pull it over to the left. Same token, when the hole breaks to the right, you hit the ball straight to that point where gravity takes over and pulls it to the right toward the hole. Very simple. One couple of more pointers on putting is that once you get that line up your body, you hit the ball straight to that point wherever you have to hit it to, whether it's to the right or to the left or towards the middle of the hole. You line up your body, take that putter head straight back, and a rule I always use, especially for putts that are, say, 15 feet or less, is that I take the club head back 1 inch for each foot you are away from the hole, your ball to the hole. If it's 10 inches, 10 feet to the hole, you take your club head back about 10 inches before you start forward. And you'll be surprised. That really helps you to hit the ball at the proper speed. You can hit the ball too hard, or you can hit it not hard enough to get to the hole. But using that rule, 1 inch for each foot, you'll find that it's about right. You'll have to compensate sometimes if you have a downhill putt, for example. It's going to roll faster, right? So you don't want to take it back 10 inches. Maybe take it back 5. If you're going uphill, you're going to have to hit it a little extra firm. So rather than 10 inches take back, you might need to take back 12 or 13 inches. As a general rule, remember 1 inch for each foot that you're away from the hole. Well, that concludes my instructions on the swings. And what I'd like to do next is talk a little about something that I think is neglected too much by the teaching pros, and that is the mental side of the game. Almost every sport is no different in golf. You have to have a mental sharpness, a mental focus. You have to think about certain things in order to prepare yourself to swing your club right and get a good shot. The more you know about the mental aspect of the game, the better golfer you're going to be. So just a moment, and I will give you what I call 15 tips to the mental aspect of playing good golf. Be right back.